hatred in her face.
She just spilled her drink all down her front.
Down the front of me, and it was a delicious gin drink that she'd had set up for me.
The whole entire thing, by the way, just done.
Oh, well, hi guys.
Hi.
I'm RuthAnn. This is Kris.
I'm Kris.
And we're GeekChic Promotions. I'm covered in gin now. Good luck to me driving home after this. I have so much more rage to...
Well, I'm going to be a good friend, and I'm going to give her some of mine.
Get a little bit of a napkin.
What happened to the olives? They're on the floor.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's cool. Like, literally the entire thing spilled.
Alright.
Okay, so hi guys.
Alright, there we go.
We didn't come
I gave her a little mine.
to yesterday.
It's okay. Let's just sit down and do this.
I know.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just so soaked. Hi. I'm going to share this everywhere now, and then we can talk about Infinity Wars, guys. So spoilers, nothing but spoilers. Don't watch this if you haven't seen it.
Yes. Turn it off now.
Yeah, turn it off now if you have.
But also, if you haven't seen it by now, what kind of person are you?
Well, and it's crazy too, because didn't it beat out Star Wars? It's beat out everything this weekend.
Has
it's
it?
the largest opener of all time.
I haven't had a chance to look up those stats yet, but I feel like that's a good possibility.
That's accurate.
It
yeah.
feels like it, since it was very hard to get tickets, and like every single showing has been packed. I was actually going to go again this morning at 8:30 a.m., but I didn't wake up till 9, so clearly that didn't happen. So yeah. Anyway, so we're both going off of this on one viewing. So
Yes,
I feel like there's going to be
Hi,
questions.
James.
There's going to be conversations here.
Yes, because we haven't talked yet. I literally
haven't
walked in
talked
there.
yet.
Hence why if James was asking what just happened.
What just happened?
I turned on the go live and then spilled my beautiful
She
drink.
came
over
back and
myself.
her arm hit the...
Yep, hit my
hit
martini. So it was
martini.
very sad.
I'm just, for a second here, going to go down and pick up the olives that are on the ground.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you know, just... I'm gonna put those right there.
Okay, all right. So guys, we're talking about Infinity Wars. So spoilers. I mean, so how do you feel afterwards? Like, what was your first like?
Well, my first reaction is, first of all, that I love the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, just gonna get that out of the way.
However,
However,
what's
oh yeah,
left and what you
I'll
do.
just so tasty.
So tasty. This is all over me now.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
I'll make you another one after.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was not expecting within the first 5 minutes to have Loki killed her off the bat.
It came out like a bat out of hell.
It
just
was.
like,
It just-
Loki's dead, this, that, the other. And
Yeah.
like,
And honestly, I think they knew, like everyone was gonna be speculating who was gonna go first. And
yeah.
so they like kind of teased you with Thor a little bit, but then they were like, nope, Loki.
JK.
Yeah, and that was, yeah, that was hard.
Yeah.
Hard, but not unexpected, to be honest.
Okay, James says Infinity War is 10 out of 10. Yeah, and and also about me being a klutz. So, favorite moments, because I know there's gonna be a lot of unhappy moments. But let's go with favorite moments. And again, I saw this super late on Thursday, so I wish I had had time to see it one more time before this, because there's so many.
Favorite moments. I absolutely loved Captain America's entrance. I really did. It was just, you know, Vision and Scarlet Witch battling there, you know, and things are looking grim, and then suddenly the train goes by, and it's like just a shadow over there.
Yeah.
And you're like, who is that? And it's,
What's happening?
Yep,
It's
and,
Captain. Woo!
it's Captain America. Yeah. So what was your favorite moment?
You know what's crazy is that movie was 2.5 hours long.
Yes, it was.
And it went by like that.
It did.
Because so much happened.
And can I say that Captain America had some sweet hair going on?
It was.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, like they were
was,
going
like,
for the
flowing.
full, like, beard and like.
Yeah,
the
I'm like,
thing
it was coiffed, guys.
It's coiffed.
It was coiffed.
What an excellent word! I forgot about that word that it exists.
So, anyway.
Coiffed hair. I mean, there's so many little parts of like relationships that I weren't expecting to happen, like the one between Thor and Rocket of like calling him a little rabbit, and that
Yes.
Thor knows how to speak Groot. Like that was a great.
Yes, it was an
little
elective.
thing. Yeah, it was
It was
an
an
elective.
elective that he took, which was so amazing. And I did like that whole relationship. I felt like that was just those three together, beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and James says agree as well. Loves the banter between the
Yes.
characters. And like what I thought they did really well with even just in like the flow of the movie, whenever it turns into like, oh, now it's Guardians of the Galaxy, like it flowed together very well.
Mm-hmm. Well, Thor's humor that they had in Ragnarok
yeah.
actually melded very well with Guardians of the Galaxy, which I had a feeling that was going to be a team up because they kind of matched it. It was very different from the first movie, which was kind of sucky for Thor.
Yeah,
but whatever.
And the second one.
Also, I had some reservations because they have been holding off on announcing a second Doctor Strange movie. And so I had been wondering what was going to happen with that. I didn't know what was going to happen with that. And surprisingly, it ended up being very satisfactory for me.
The whole thing, it was just so, okay, yeah, speaking of satisfying but just so upsetting, was the whole thing with Gamora. That was
Gamora
it was so satisfying for her to be like, ha, like, you don't love anything, so finally I win. And then he turns around crying and you're like, no!
But you didn't predict that?
I mean, I saw that
because when Red Skull came in, and like, by the way, Red Skull.
Yeah, oh yeah, Red Skull, that was amazing too.
Yes.
Hello, Brandon.
But when he came in and started talking about like sacrificing something you love, I was like, it's her.
Yeah.
It's her. I already knew it's her. It's her.
Yeah, but I agree. I just like the setup really well. Especially with her just being so like, haha, you don't love anything. And it's like, oh, bitch, you have not been paying attention.
Yeah.
Like, he loves you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was very sad. It was very
Alan says, goosebump moments for him were when Black Panther says Wakanda forever, yes. When Thor arrives in Wakanda with Stormbreaker.
Totally.
That was...
Absolutely.
That was legit. Oh, God,
yes.
That movie. I need to see it like 7 more times.
Yes. You know, and it's kind of funny because there were some things that I could nitpick. Like, the way they jumped around to places so quickly, I was like, but I get it.
You kind of had to get all of the story of everything that was happening, for sure.
Also, one thing I did not like was that there was no Hulk. And that Bruce Banner was making do in the Hulkbuster costume and everything.
Let's talk about that because that was kind of
not crazy about it. They gave us him in the beginning, and you know where. By the way, that sad moment because because that was one of my favorite characters. What's his name? Hayberg, I don't know. Whatever his name was that Idris Elba plays in the beginning. The Guardian. Yeah. That's how I always call him, is like the Guardian. When he got Hulk,
and everybody out.
At that last moment, that was something. And then, that was, but then for Hulk not to have any more moments after that.
Well, but it gives you that great question mark of why. Like, why does Hulk keep saying no?
And I honestly thought that when Black Widow came into the picture and they saw each other, then that was going to trigger it. Because she was always like his safe word. Like she was always the one that calmed him down.
It's funny. I see it as the opposite of because she's there, he really doesn't want to Hulk out. Like the Hulk doesn't want to be there. I don't know. Maybe. What are your guys' thoughts? I'll catch up with your guys'.
Heimdall.
Thank you, Brandon and Alan. Thank you. Oh, James also mentions Drax's jokes were funny.
Drax has great comedic timing.
He does.
Can I just say that?
He is the best. And I feel like it was...
It's like, how long have you been standing there? 1 hour.
1 hour. 1 hour.
I'm invisible.
No, you're not. Hi, Drax.
No, you're not.
Hi, Drax.
That was pretty great.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I feel like they used him appropriately in this. I feel, honestly, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that they used Drax too much and his humor too much.
Yeah, it was a little overkill.
Yeah, but this, I feel like it was the perfect...
Which, in many cases, that brings up a good point of there being so many characters in this movie that it's hard to give each one a spotlight, because there's just so many of them. But I feel like they did a pretty good job.
I think so.
Yeah, without like dominating on one or the other. I felt like Tony Stark's quips were a little bit too much for me. I was just like, but then again, it was his character, so I can't really. He's always been like that. And I felt that it kind of led up to that moment with Spider-Man at the end. That
Fuck you. Wait, let's wait to talk about that because I can't out the gate because I'll start getting teared up again.
That was the one death, by the way, that they gave time to, like with the suit holding him together.
Holding together. Fuck
yeah.
you. Fuck you. Oh god. Yeah, we'll talk more about that.
Okay.
They just
yes, and the Red Skull was not played by Hugo Weaving. We did discuss that afterwards. We did notice that. But that was kind of expected because I don't think he was going to come back anyway. He was very disappointed with that movie. So.
Yeah, and to come back just for like a scene.
A scene, yeah.
I get it.
I totally get that.
He might be working on a project too. I don't know. I didn't do the full research to see. Like
either way, I was like,
that's all right.
You can't really tell who it was except the voice. I mean, the voice was very distinctive. But anyway, Ant-Man, yes, Ant-Man and Hawkeye. Okay, I expected Hawkeye to be in it. Ant-Man, I wasn't sure about.
I thought he'd be in it. But so what's frustrating, right, is that we can't even tell if they disappeared or not.
No, we can't.
So screw you, Marvel.
Like, I don't know that people disappeared like Pepper Potts. But we don't know. Ultimately, we don't know. But we do know that Ant-Man has another movie coming out, and it starts off with him on house arrest. So, and that's in a trailer.
Okay,
so it was explained.
Yeah, so it takes place before this, right?
Yes.
Because he says he's on house arrest.
Yes, he's on, or during. Yeah. It happens, like, we don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Probably during, I'm assuming. But Hawkeye was just a weird...
on retirement, because, like...
Yeah, but...
I mean, he talked about the fact at the end of Age of Ultron that he was going on...
However, now that we're talking about this...
go on.
I feel like it's a very good excuse for him to come back, because what if his family disappears? And then he's got, like, skin in the game to come back to the Avengers, which, noted, none of the Avengers died. None of them.
You're right.
Yep. Because they have to have a new Avengers movie. Which, by the way, will probably undo all of this.
Okay, hold on. Let's catch up with everybody's... Yep, O'Neill also agreed that Spider-Man's moment got me. I can't. James says he likes that, he loves how they did show that why Ant-Man and Hawkman couldn't come help or what they were up to.
Yeah, I agreed with that. I thought it was a good explanation so people would be like, why are they just not like, no? Yeah, they pretty much wrapped everything up.
And thank you, Brandon Allen. The Spider-Man, his moment went the same way as David Tennant and Doctor Who. I don't want to go. And it was like both me and Michaela at the same reaction, like,
so
not again.
sad.
I can't do this parting again. It's so sad.
It was very sad. Some of us think his movie will be before and at end scene or after credits something happens to Hank Penn.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Or his family. Yep, that makes sense, James.
Yep.
That's a good point. But yeah, I mean, so I was totally wrong, which I love being wrong when it comes to this, about who died and when.
You know what? I was too. I thought Hawkeye was going to be in there. Okay, so the top 5 that I had dying, I guessed 3 out of the 5. But I thought War Machine was going to go. Because why the hell are they keeping him around? He's such a do-nothing character.
Because
he's got no charisma, no nothing. He's just like, man. It's just like, why?
He's still there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the end, he was the one looking for Sam. He was just like, Sam? And like, of course, I'm like, oh, man, are you kidding me? Oh, and he just turns to ashes. It was so sad.
It was really sad.
It was so sad.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny too because I was like, Vision's the first to go. He was like the last, pretty much.
Yes, he was the last.
And he died twice.
Yeah, that sucks.
2 times.
That really sucks.
And like all the characters that I was sure like they're not gonna let go of T'Challa. They're not gonna let go of.
They did.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. But what happened to his sister?
Yeah, the little sister.
She just got smacked off to the edge, and then we don't know what happened to her.
So my theory is she's probably going to take over for, because in the comics she does do that. She takes over for Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Which I'm totally cool with on so many levels.
Temporarily, because honestly, whoever gets the Infinity Stones back can just undo time.
Can they that far though?
Sure.
I guess.
Sure.
But so I don't know though, because
that's why I feel like Doctor Strange was like, I went through all 4 million possibilities. We only win one. This is it. Tony Stark is the key. Which I thought he was going to die, by the way.
Yeah, we were so sure that he was going to die.
It would have been the perfect ending for him of like, hopefully they'll remember your name and your accomplishments. I'm like, okay, this is like the perfect send-off for Tony
it
Stark.
Totally tricked
and
us.
Tony Stark even looked like it, but then, you know, Doctor Strange pops in and is just like, nope, this is happening, I'll give you the stone. And he said it was the only way. So, of course, since all the Avengers have survived...
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the only way that everybody lives, it's just that they win. Do you see what I'm saying?
Did they win? Because they didn't.
They still have to beat him somehow. But what I'm saying is, what if that's the only way they quote unquote win, because later on they can beat Thanos?
Beat him at what? He already won.
Yeah.
He's not doing
stop
anything.
him from doing it ever again. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be. And by the way, I did read an article where they stated that there is not a sequel to this.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to be the next Avengers movie. There's no Infinity War 2. So basically, I feel like this is done. This storyline is done.
This storyline is done. And what's funny is I was so sure because people were talking about part 1, part 2, that there was going to be a part 2 to this, but there isn't.
Nope.
It's just
there's no part 2.
This is it.
So the way my speculation is going is that the next Avengers movie is going to have all the Avengers back. They got to find a way to fix this. They have to find a way to bring back all of the other heroes that have died. And that means getting back the Infinity Stones. And only Tony Stark knows how to do that because he's the brains of this operation. And so they're all going to have to join back together. They're going to have to put aside their past differences. Captain Marvel's going to set it up because they called her at the end button. And so it's going to kick off.
Which that was crazy to have. I was sure that what's his face was going to survive since we had him in the button, but both of them went. You're like, oh shit. All right,
So many died.
Let me catch up on these. Doctor Who. Oh, so Brandon heard me yelling Marvel from Rod's video. Yeah, I saw it with Rod, Vince, and that whole crew, Colby and Jeff. It was really fun. Helen, haha, Boar Machine. James says, if
y'all didn't notice the trailer had Hulk running in the end shot with the Black Panther and everybody in Wakanda in the movie, he wasn't there.
You're right.
Really?
You're totally right.
I wonder if that's just because they didn't want to spoil it.
Yeah, that he wasn't going to show up. Trixie Marvel. Trixie.
I hate that marketing often does that, by the way. That's nothing new.
O'Neill says, be like Doctor Strange. He saw the ending 14 billion times
and he never said a spoiler.
Well played. Yes. No, we're totally spoiling the
it's
movie
all
completely. This is nothing but spoilers.
Spoilers for days. I was actually really sad about Star-Lord. I'm not going to lie.
Oh yeah, that's interesting because James says the worst character in the movie was Star-Lord.
Yes, I agree with that because
not staying composed after
they almost had the glove, and then he got mad and he punched him, and it changed the course of everything because he couldn't control his anger. But I also feel like there was a lot of things that were given up in order to save someone else. I feel like it happened at least 3 times where someone couldn't go through with something because they loved someone else, and I don't agree with that. That's one of the things I had a problem with because I feel like that's super selfish, and these heroes aren't selfish. Yeah. They're not. They're always willing to give up. But
Star-Lord is.
Yes, he is. So fine by him, but and I almost can explain away Doctor Strange because he saw all the 4 billion possibilities and there was only one outcome, so he gave the stone away. But Scarlet Witch with Vision and everything who couldn't do it, and then I feel like they waited too long. If she'd just done it earlier, he wouldn't have been able to
turn back time, but maybe he still could have.
He probably could have, except that I don't think it would have been so instant and so quick.
Yeah.
Like it was, but obviously they got to move the story forward. I mean, this isn't real life or anything. I mean,
it's real life, Chris.
They have to move the plot forward. Which, by the way, I felt like the writers did a very good job with this, considering that they had so many characters to deal with. It was incredible. Job well done. Yep, they did. They filmed Avengers 4 at the same time as Infinity War, back to back. Yep. Yeah, so Eric was asking, so are you girls okay after seeing the movie? Are you calm? Because, oh my God, I definitely went through the 5 stages of grief after. Because I was like, no, they didn't. Did they? God damn it, how could they possibly? Okay. I can't even. I was super upset that all the Guardians of the Galaxy turned to dust. Super upset. Because that's one of my favorite of all the Marvel franchises. That one and Captain America Winter Soldier and Iron Man like, but they were okay. And to see all the Guardians of the Galaxy just turn to dust really got my heart.
Yeah.
As well as the Spider-Man scene.
And Wakanda. Oh yeah, the Spider-Man scene.
Spider-Man scene, because he's just a kid. I mean, he's just a kid.
And like, but
and
the thing
he did
is,
so well.
He did so well, and he wasn't.
Did so well.
And it didn't matter if he was there or not. He was going to be one of the people that goes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, and just he was trying so hard, and like the fact that the suit was trying to hold him together, and so it was taking longer and it's hurting more.
Heartbreaking.
It was so bad, and especially.
And you see the look on Tony Stark's face. Like, you saw the look of like, yeah, he'd like dismiss this kid a lot, and he's got his snarky remarks, but this is like this hurt him. This hurt him a lot. You know, it was. Oh my God, it was. Oh, I was crying. I was crying in the theater.
Oh yeah, sobbing.
Yeah.
I was sobbing.
It was.
Alan brings up the best line in the movie was the Footloose line, like in Footloose.
Yes.
Like the movie references lines were great because of course Tom Holland is a kid, he's a child.
He's a kid, yeah.
So he doesn't know all these like movies.
Yeah, he's like, was it ever the best movie?
Yeah. Like,
yeah. In terms of Rocket turning to dust, I thought he did because
Rocket did not.
He did not.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so Rocket was the only one.
Rocket. So
okay, I remember Groot going.
It's
and
only
I remember...
Rocket from like Guardians Galaxy movies. It's only Rocket and Nebula who are alive.
I thought Nebula died.
I believe maybe I'm correct.
Let
me know. I think Nebula is alive. Let me know if I'm totally wrong.
She was the first one to go. They were all staring at her. Yeah. And boom, she left. And everyone was like, "What the hell? What the shit?" Yeah.
I love that alien reference with Peter and Tony Stark. Yeah, that kind of goes on what we were talking about. And Brandon also brings up the trailer also had different stones in the gauntlet when Cap was fighting Thanos. Yeah.
Which also I feel like Cap should have died because he was right there in the grip, and then for some reason Thanos decides not to kill him.
Well, I don't think. Okay, and
he had his head or like whatever he had.
Yeah,
and he was like,
but I don't think Thanos decides which 50% go.
Well, no, but he was just killing people left and right. I mean,
that's true. He could have just killed them. Yeah, that's true.
So I was like,
Well,
I thought that was going to be the moment.
Okay,
like,
well,
I thought for sure Cap was going to die. I really did. And when he didn't, I was like, oh,
okay.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
Let's
okay.
also, so something that I find really interesting, what they changed from the comic book, is that he's not doing this for death. Because in the comic books, he's doing it because he loves death and all that kind of stuff. But what I liked about this is that if there was any love that he was doing this for, it was Gamora.
He was a very good villain for me. Like, he had a lot of depth because
much more than I was expecting.
He wasn't just a crazy person. He honestly believed he was saving the universe from overpopulation. And he kind of had a point. He wasn't going about it the right way, and you certainly just can't commit genocide in order to fix overpopulation problems. We all know this.
Well, you know, when you're...
But he had the power, and he just, like, he felt like he was the overlord of everything, and that he had the power to do this, and he had the solution. And it made it very hard, especially since he had a love for his daughter, and he did not choose who lived and who died. He was just solving a problem. Yeah. And at the end, he watched his sunset and felt like he had done the right thing. Yeah. Which is so super scary. Like, it's just super scary. Even
though he lost Gamora, like...
He lost her, and he felt like he made the sacrifice for the greater good. And it was like, damn, like, that's a villain with some depth.
Yeah.
It really was. And, of course, I thought Josh Brolin nailed the character.
I
thought he was fantastic.
He was great.
I really appreciated his performance in that.
John just brought up something that's totally messing with my mind. He said, do you think the last third of the movie was in the mirror dimension? Did you already talk about this? I mean, because you see Doctor Strange pulling out the mirror dimension. And let me also say, I loved Doctor Strange in this movie. Like, it was great seeing him the most badass version of himself fighting. But I don't think it was. Because wouldn't that have disappeared as soon as Doctor Strange died?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This is a very interesting point. John, thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, that is a good question. Okay, so he's saying that Nebula's still alive, by the way.
Yeah, James. I thought so too.
Misremembering.
Yeah, Rocket's still good. Rocket survived, but that Spider-Man scene got me. Yeah. Eric, I think. And it's funny because we knew that there would be one.
Thanos is basically an environmentalist. Yes, he is. You know what? You're right. I mean, he cares, man. A little bit too much.
A little too much. A little too much.
But he doesn't care.
That's legit.
Honestly, how many of us have been like, humanity sucks, they're ruining our Earth? I mean, it's true.
Okay, yeah. Nebula was there after everyone with Tony turned to dust. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the actress, the little actress that played Baby Gamora.
Yeah, she was good.
Exactly like her, by the way. Like that's some good casting. Well done, Marvel casting. Good job.
They can't get that done for Solo.
Oh, let's not. Don't. I will rage so hard on that fucking trailer as well. Don't. We need to save that. We have that planned for another day.
Rage. Yep.
Well, I feel like we need to see the movie before completely nerd raging about it. To be fair, like
I can nerd rage about the trailer. I mean, he just did not seem like Harrison Ford.
It's just. The whole movie is a terrible idea for a movie because in A New Hope...
Because you sit there and you see, like, Chewbacca, like, hanging out the thing. They're like, oh, no, Chewbacca. Like, we all know he lives.
It's fine. Okay, so there's no stakes, but
there's
also...
no stakes.
We're sorry, we're totally switching gears because now we have to say this. Fucking Solo! No, but there's no need for this movie unless that you make it a... why am I blanking on his name? Lando.
Yes.
This should have been a Lando movie because
he was such a minor character.
Yes.
But so beloved.
And B, because in A New Hope, you see Solo go from a total dick into a kind of a good guy, but that's his story. So if you go and do a whole nother movie about him kind of being a good guy, you're like, no, he's a dick. He should be the bad guy of it should be a Lando movie, and it should be that he's the bad guy.
I'd be willing to watch something where he starts off as a nice guy and turns into a dick once he becomes a smuggler. But
then I have to watch that happen the opposite way. It's just better that he was kind of a dick.
I just don't like the actor. I feel like it was a wrong choice.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think the movie should happen. Anyway, personally, sorry.
But we'll watch it. We will watch it.
Yes, we'll watch it.
Do a separate thing on that. Anyway.
Okay, wait. So now I want to see.
Who doesn't want to see a Han and Chewie, two coolest characters? Well, no, that's not it.
No.
It's just I don't want the prequel.
Yes, thank you. I want something a between-quill, if that.
A between-quill, yeah.
But
yes.
Yeah, I don't want to see it because it's not okay. I'm sorry. We'll go.
Okay, back on track. I have a theory about what may happen in the after-credit scene for Ant-Man and the Wasp. The after-credit scene will probably show Hank Pym disappearing in front of Hope and Scott. Maybe. Honestly, I feel like this is going to have a ripple effect across all the Marvel movies where people are going to be turning to dust in front of them and they're going to have to deal with something, which is why I personally feel they're just going to turn back time. Because people are going to be... They're going to want to set things right. That's all they're going to care about.
All I have to say is I hope so. I just don't know. I don't know. Kris.
Let's make a bet. I will bet you.
They're going to turn back time and fix it. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a ramification that's worse than we anticipate than just turning back time.
You mean like after they turn back time or like before?
To be able to turn back time or because they turn back time, there's going to be an after effect that's like, so basically everybody that's alive now has to go, like, it's one or the other. Or something like that. Like, I feel like there has to be, if there isn't, I think I'll be a little mad. Like, I think I'll be a little mad if I just mourn for all these characters, like, and they're just, JK, they're back, everything's fine. I'll be a little mad.
Well, yeah, I'll be mad too. I mean, that's not the way to solve things, and I think it, like, totally dismisses this whole movie.
Yeah.
However, we want people back.
I mean, I do, but like at the cost of good,
we want Black Panther back.
At the cost of a good story? I don't know.
I don't know how you guys feel. It all depends on how they do it. To be honest, it depends. It really, really does. But I feel like some of the wrong people died. I could have some of these characters. I would have been okay.
I feel like they just trolled us hard.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? If Black Widow died, I mean, she pretty much didn't even have a part in this movie. I would have been like, huh. Right? I mean, and War Machine. Like,
you're so on board. Like, War Machine.
Like War Machine. He's useless. What is he anyway?
James says in the comics, Nebula kills Thanos, but I don't know if they'll change that. Yeah, who knows? Because they've been doing so many different things than the comics. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, you're right. Like I did know that she does come back and she kills him.
And Brandon does say. what I was saying. What if they just don't bring anyone back? Like, what if this is just it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's a good possibility. And you know what? If they don't, more power to them.
I know that takes some balls.
Pretty ballsy.
I don't know if they have them though, because
I don't
that's
know
a
if they
lot
have
of
those
money.
balls. And also, I think it's going to piss off a lot of people.
Yeah, it's gonna piss off.
I don't know if
a
they're
lot
brave
of money.
enough.
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't know if
they're
they're brave enough to do that. Although I kind of hope they are, but.
Eric Griffith says, not sure about the Solo movie, but Deadpool 2 sounds like a good calm down movie after Infinity War. With that said, I need to see Infinity War again.
Yes, like I said, I was gonna go see it this morning, and I overslept.
I need to see it again. Yeah. But Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2, I'm on board for. So hard.
So it's and the trailer even before the movie was even better. So good.
Yeah,
so good.
It was really good.
John says it's a good off ramp for the actors who want to get out of the series and to make room for new characters.
Agreed. But I also thought
I thought it was going to be the people that have been in this since the beginning. Yeah,
I honestly thought that Robert Downey Jr. wanted
for sure.
Out. And now I'm like, but he's not out.
Yeah.
So and I thought, well, I mean, obviously they're going to have to make another Black Panther movie. A sequel's already in the works. And also, I mean, there was another movie that's in the works too that's now I can't remember what it is, but I feel like they just can't ignore it.
I don't know what they're gonna
do. I don't know how they're gonna like. I mean, how are they gonna fix the Black Panther thing? Like, I'm sorry, but if they make somebody else Black Panther, that's.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is that John said like, haven't they already announced Black Panther 2?
Yes, they have. I mean, they absolutely have.
Maybe they will. Maybe they'll just go straight into T'Challa's little sister becoming.
Yes, it would be cool for Captain America to say Avengers Assemble once again. I agree with that. Captain America is one of my favorite characters of the Avengers.
Is that before the movies or because of the movies?
No, because of the movies. Honestly, I read I'm blanking on the last Civil War. Sorry, I read Civil War, the comic book series, way before the movies, and I loved him in that because between him and Iron Man, they made such a great battle. And of course, it was written by our pal. Yes. But it was just Captain America stands, I think, for like what superheroes should be standing for, which is America and making it great again.
America.
Yeah, I know.
Did you just say I'm making it great again? Get the fuck out!
I did not mean that.
That's not, wow, okay. Back that train up.
Ruined it for me.
It's ruined it. The whole thing. Everything is ruined.
Sorry about that. No, what I meant was that Captain America was fighting against, like, people having to register their powers. This is terrible.
All right, I'm just going to read some comments now real quick. Get off that train.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Eric.
Yes,
same here.
Eric says Captain America is one of my favorite characters. My boy.
Brandon's right, by the way, about Miles Morales. They could totally do that for the next Spider-Man, and they even hinted at him in Homecoming.
Yeah.
So it is quite possible that they could bring in Miles Morales for Homecoming too. That's the other movie that I was thinking about that was in the works.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. Okay.
Definitely.
Another Spider-Man movies in the works, take place after Avengers 4. So so we have to have Avengers 4. Goodness.
Yes.
Can't believe.
Which it's not coming out until exactly a year from now, by the way. It's like almost the same release
Avengers
date.
4?
Yeah.
At least it's just a year I have to wait.
Yeah, it's 1 year.
It is great though, because they actually didn't tell the actors, like there were so many fake scripts going around for this movie. Did you know about this?
I did not know that.
Yeah, because of the fact that poor Tom Holland and a couple other people have accidentally given stuff away for other movies. They basically made a bunch of fake scripts, so no actor had like the actual script.
No way.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so they moved stuff around.
It's gotta be hard to act like that. I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
And especially because like. I mean, they could have filmed their scene like 2 years ago with how long it takes for like everything to come together and like and to hold it. I mean, like we held it in for 3 days. You held it in for 1 day. Like that's as far as we could go.
Also, by the way, when I was at the movie theater, we have to wrap up. I know that, but when I was at the movie theater, we went there to go grab lunch first because my movie was at 12:45, and so I was like, well, let's eat real quick before we go in. And as we're walking, people behind us were like, and I really liked blah blah blah. I was like, no! Like, we literally had to run into the pizza place, like to get away from people coming out of the theater that were gonna spoil it. I was like, oh my god, it was crazy. I thought for a second it was gonna get spoiled right before I walked in.
Oh,
but it did not happen.
That was the worst.
Yep, it was great. And I have to thank everybody at Skybound too, because most people saw it on Thursday when RuthAnn and I were working an event there. And on Friday, there's some known spoiler people who do spoiling. And we were all gonna come down real hard on anybody who spoiled, because there was like just a few of us who hadn't seen it yet, and no one spoiled it. They actually rented out a conference room from 1 to 2, so that everybody who saw the movie could go discuss it in the conference room and then come out.
Well, that reminds me of, I don't know if it was The Force Awakens or it was the Force Awakens movie that we couldn't see together.
Right, I had to see it at 6 in the morning, guys.
6 in the morning, and then me
I saw
and Marcus saw it
everybody
later
else,
that
because
night.
I had to work.
Yeah. So she did this thing.
I went to the office. I went in my office and I shut the door.
And like had the other person who'd seen it, like, and I could hear like yelling, but I was like, shh, shh, shh. At my desk, like, oh god, oh no.
So, anyway, but it's time for us.
Oh, is it time? Oh my gosh,
we've been blabbing.
Yeah, we could talk about this movie forever.
Yep.
We probably need to see it again.
Yep, we should see it again.
And we finally saw A Quiet Place. So I don't know, should I talk about that on Tuesday? A Quiet Place?
Sure.
So if you guys want to discuss A Quiet Place next time.
See you next time.
Right, bye.
Bye.